So the theme that's coming through for me right now is a cautionary tale. So let's see what is kind of coming that you may need to have caution over. Day night. That's interesting. Someone trying to take you out. Maybe it's something that you just, need to be aware of. But we then have cycles, fake karma, something ending, something beginning, and to open your heart. I was also getting no diggity. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Gotta bag it up. And then also I was getting digging up. Is what digging up those holes, or you know what I mean, from holes, from holes. If you know, you know. Maybe something, like bury the hatchet. It's like maybe something that was like long and like buried that you thought it's being dug up. Something that was maybe once a cautionary tale for you. Air sign. This could be obviously Gemini. What are the air signs? Not what are the air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There we go. But also communication. And there was communicate at the bottom of the deck after date night. I just didn't call any attention to it. One more. So an air sign, please significant, but we will clarify. But also something, maybe that has been in the works for the past like week or so. This was at the bottom of the deck. I'm surprised it actually came out spy. So someone who's had their eye on you during their research. Yes, look is on your side though. Date night. Be careful of someone. See, and this is why cautionary tale. This is why this is gonna be interesting to get into this. Be careful of someone's sneaky cycles. Fake karma, something in its beginning. Mercury retrograde. As soon as I said karma is when this flipped out. I said this could have been weeks in the making. Retrograde ended like a few weeks ago, right? Maybe something happened around retrograde. Or maybe this energy was just sort of like kicked up, Around that time, open your heart. I hope you attract more love. Water sign. So a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, is being guided to open up their heart. But also, getting deep within emotions. Tapping into your emotional spirit to open your heart. Air sign. Okay, so water sign and air sign significant. So this was a breakup. Or either or here. Either this is a water air sign pairing that experienced a breakup, or the air sign that is coming in for this date night that you're being called to have, caution with because they're a bit of a liar. They are currently experiencing a breakup. Spy. Someone's got their eye on you during my research. Sexuality. But then we also have challenges here. Make a decision, work on inner healing. But someone's still figuring themselves out. So someone's got their eye on you. Or you're doing more research. Still figuring themselves out. So someone in the middle of a breakup, getting over some kind of breakup that likely was around Mercury retrograde, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? It's under cycles. So this was like divine timing. This was destined to happen. But they're figuring themselves out. They have their eye on you, but they're still figuring themselves out. Working on inner healing, but also wanting a little vacation. Kind of crazy, but liar. Honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. Or maybe someone lied about like a wedding or something. Not their own wedding. But it could also be, you know, just this liar energy, this spy who's still figuring themselves out. They want this honeymoon phase back. Whether that's back with you or just, you know, they're chasing a thrill, chasing a high, you know, like, you know, someone who goes from one relationship to another has to always be in a relationship, right? Mercury retrograde. Someone who only like sticks around for the honeymoon phase. You know what I mean? It's like once that honeymoon phase ends, then all of a sudden, like when the real like stuff kicks in when it comes to relationships, like they kind of bail because they're not there for that. They're there for the good times, and maybe that's why they're coming in and they want a date night. Mercury retrograde, putting things on a review. Communication issues, you guys could have had communication issues. You know, water sign and air sign. Intimacy. Sexual chemistry reminiscing. That under something in its beginning. Fate karma. Cycles. Mercury retrograde. That's no retrograde. Retrogrades happen to bring up the past for you to learn from it, like in one way or another. Confession here, but also love spell. I think love spell is more significant here. Being bewitched by this person. A cycle of being bewitched by them. Cycle of maybe being bewitched by the sex. Who knows? Water sign. Open up your heart to help you attract more love. And this is your middle route. So this is what everything's like centering around. Someone else in the middle trying to sabotage this. Whoever it is, like, if they're experiencing a breakup that's not you, maybe you guys broke up before, maybe this is a new person, whatever, right? The other person that they're dealing with, I just saw love and love, the other energy that's here, there are two water signs present here. You would be a water sign. This other person that they're dealing with would be a water sign. And the person in question who's coming in for this date night, the spy, air sign. Divorce, experiencing a breakup. Gaslighter. A gaslighter is experiencing a breakup. I did a reading like 2 days ago, however long, right? Where it was like kind of like a divine message from spirit, channeling the song "Unfortunate." And now you got someone who don't treat you right. You already know who used to treat you right. I feel like that's relevant here, and they'll be back. You know, we kind of hope not, but yeah. Sexuality, someone's still figuring themselves out. The spy that's still figuring themselves out. Now, the good thing here is that the actual caution card did not come out. Actually, I don't know if that's a good thing. Okay, patience. Just a few more months, good things come to those who wait. So this is still developing. This is still in the works. Even if they were to come in, air sign, taking time to get grounded, like grounding here into the 3D. I want one more for that. Even if this were to come in, like this wouldn't fully ground for another few months. Patience. Last one. Gambling. Now I know this can speak to addictions or whatever, and this person could also be dealing with addictions, right? Figuring themselves out. But I, like, personally, if you watch my readings, you know this, I'm not just saying this, I have always taken this card as more so as taking a risk. So it could be that this person is gathering the courage to take a risk as they're figuring themselves out, but keeping their eye on you at this time. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of messy energy, but you know, we're gonna get into it. Damn, I did not plan on doing a long reading. Okay, I just want to quickly see your energy. The energy around you. We're the Three of Cups at the bottom here, but when I, like, as I was looking at it, it was reversed, looking, like, pointing towards me. So, someone else's influence, all that. Your current energy of the collective spirit. So, divine aid, like, in your life as well. Cosmos is playing around in your life as well. I say playing around, but, like, not in a bad way. So, for the last 6 months, finding your inner truth, catalyst for change, transformation, cosmic trigger beginning. I wasn't getting that you were spying on this person, but you both could be figuring, you know, things out emotionally or whatnot. If this is the one that fell out, Four of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I mean, so, like, as you've been figuring out your inner truth, right? Figuring out what it is that you need to prioritize, reevaluating certain things, why you've been stagnant, why you've lacked growth. Oh, shit. Sorry. Tower reversed. So for you, and this can also be why this takes a second to ground. Financial situation seems to be very, very significant here for you because you have the Ten of Coins reversed. The love of money, that's doing it for the money, right? Marrying for wealth. But the cosmic trigger over you has been to release materialism, right? That's something that's caused you to miss opportunities, caused your life to stall out. Like that's kind of what's in your energy right now, what you've kind of been dealing with. As you've, oh, okay, this is not bad. King of Coins up right at the bottom of the deck here. You finding your own sense of self-worth, security, stability. That's a bad mama jamma. Yes, I did just actually say that. One more. For current energy for the collective. Okay, Three of Pentacles. And this fell out right on that cosmic trigger card. So learning to collaborate. I'm hearing to be guided, to be led, like with spirit. Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. Learning, like, picking your battles. Very much you've been picking your battles. And that's why the tower reverse is like in the middle here. You dodged something. You dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet. I do want to confirm these. And then we'll just, you know, quickly get into their energy. And yeah. Okay. This cosmic trigger. Finding their inner truth. Catalyst for change. Big transformations happening for you. And notice, like, yeah, this is very much, you are so focused on, it's funny that, like, that's what's coming, that date night and all this person with, like, all these hidden secrets and all that. Your cards are two trigger, like, a trigger card, Major Arcana, and then Pentacles. Four of Pentacles reverse, Ten of Pentacles reverse, Three of Pentacles upright. So, like, you're learning. You're learning. Okay, yeah. Finding your truth as for change. The Star reverse. Because you've lacked faith. Didn't I say like your life has been sort of stalled out? Your priorities were misaligned, really. That's why you didn't have faith. Ooh, yeah, the Four reverse, holding back, reckless. And you've been figuring that out. You've been working on that. This has been transforming within you. Four of Pentacles reverse. Thinking that life was all about money. Life was all about the wealth that you accumulate. when that's not the case at all. 2 coming out. The Page of Pentacles reversed to the Page of Wands upright under the 4 of Pentacles. Actually learning from the past. But you were stuck in this energy because you weren't learning from the past. You were procrastinating, lacked goals, and now it's like you're getting this. It's like you're a brand new person. It's like a brand new person is loading here with this Page of Wands energy. That's enthusiastic. That's youthful. That's hopeful, right? Very much different from Star reversed. Childlike innocence and joy and like zest for life. Tower reversed. 4 of Cups reversed. We like this. I actually expected this card to come out. So instead of resisting change now, again, how I said like zest for life, you're seizing the day. C'est la vie. It's not seize the day. I don't think that's seize the day, but c'est la vie, whatever that means. But you're just self-aware now. So instead of like resisting change, you see the bullet that you dodged and you're like making sure that you don't repeat that. 10 of Pentacles reversed. The Sun. Yeah, instead of focusing on the love of money, instead of everything needing to come down to material, to wealth, right? Like, I think you have a new relationship with money. You're viewing currency, like you're viewing money like as energetic currency, working with it differently, flowing with it differently, understanding that creating from joy, accumulating from joy, right? Letting it come to you, build naturally, all that sort of stuff is important, but also learning that you know, that it just doesn't matter, and just having fun. You know what's been in my head all day and it didn't make sense? Oh, girls just wanna have fun. Is that Cyndi Lauper? That's all we really want. Yeah. Full reversed here again. This is a big change. You're choosing positivity. You're choosing joy. I love this. 3 of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. You're choosing things that are in alignment with you, right? Like that 3 of Pentacles is collaboration, it's synergy. And 10 of Swords is the end. It's the ultimate betrayal. And so instead of like sitting in this rock bottom energy of ruin and just a dead end, breakdown and all that kind of stuff, like you're learning to work with what's around you, work with those around you, right? Like, you know, work with what you got. And it's after this almost like tower, this you know, this crisis averted. You don't want to sit in ruin anymore. You don't want to be foolish and reckless and impulsive anymore. So you're learning. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I want to just quickly get, I don't think I'm going to go into their energy for that much. Actually, I might get that again. I want to see what is around you at this time. Grim Reaper. Something that's over and done. Not today, not dealing, avoiding conversation, called boundary, still angry. I think you have a focus on Pentacles, but I think when it comes to your heart space, emotions, whatever this breakdown of run was, like, I don't think you've taken on a lighthearted perspective from that. You know, I think you're still kind of sitting in the hurt of that energy. not really sitting in it, because you're focused on your own life, you're focused on your own goals, but like it's still, that's there, right? That's there. Ooh, the runner and the butterfly. Now I did expect the dragonfly to come out, but butterfly is still really good. Fear of intimacy, listening ego, runner in a codependent relationship. I think that's that spy. That spy, the person who's still figuring themselves out. This is around you. So you would have clearly been in a relationship with this person. So this isn't someone new, which we kind of thought that like at the beginning, but this isn't someone new. This is someone who's run from you, from the relationship that you thought was over and done. Something that really helped you grow and transform your life, which we see that because you avoided something, right? You avoided a major tower. Did I say avoided or avoided? You avoided a major tower, Jesus. But it was still something that was like the ultimate betrayal. It's still, like, you know, you have Grim Reaper and you have the Ten of Swords. Like, this was painful. This was painful. Two more. With the butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing inner child growth. I like you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, wanting a date. That's that date night card. Healing heart from separation. One more. I don't know if it didn't flip out, it didn't fly out. One more for mirror. I don't know if these, I wonder about this mirror and this, the cassette and the sunglasses, the outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So both of you are ruminating because you're mirroring each other. Self-image, relationship wounds, reflection. But sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking. And remember I said, I don't know if you're watching too, like, it's rare that I feel that the collective is also like watching in on this person, stalking. Hold on. It's very rare that I feel that, but I do feel that here. And there's a reason why I got more for that mirror specifically. Okay, let's see. Grim Reaper. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating. Dating's come out a lot. Maybe you started dating and that's why this person's coming back around like for date night. You know, maybe they've seen that. And they're like replaying stuff in their head. They're like, that should be me. Or to Justin Bieber. Axe at the bottom here, but this is also a card of temptation, of third-party interference. There's other energy that's here, which we picked up on that with this deck here. But yeah, I did split a commitment. That's crazy. Runner. We got two here. Ascending, talking. Okay, so just this, I mean, you know, I guess just as you are transforming, they are too, because they're transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Interested, conversing more, awaited message. Stab it in the back here. Butterfly. Relationship evolving to the next phase. That didn't fall out, so I'm not taking it, and I'm only not taking it because this is kind of toxic. I don't think that should be the focus, but that is, we'll file that in the back of our heads. And as we kind of have to take it because I split a commitment. Everything happens for a reason. I split a commitment, and then for this to, like, for it to not come out, but it to flip over, engagement ring, engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. I don't want to take it, but we will. It is the middle row. So this is like the central focus of like what's, you know, orbiting around you. Inner child growth. It's like, and you know, I was thinking about this earlier because I wasn't gonna do a reading. I was just gonna do just kind of like a a channeled message from a download I had earlier as I was on my walk, but I decided to go ahead and do a reading. What most people don't realize in most relationships, but specifically in twin flame relationships, because you have a lot of people who get to the end, right, like that end right before, especially if you are a twin flame collective that is being prepared for union, like true divine union. Not every twin flame like couple is being prepared for divine union in this lifetime. It just depends on your threads and what it is that you're aligning to, and how it is that you're ascending and all this kind of stuff. But you get to the end where like so much has happened and it's not worth it, right? To you, it's not worth it anymore. And that's a good thing and a bad thing, because you're supposed to kind of, there's a forgiveness that needs to happen, a healing and love that needs to happen. And kind of where most people kind of get messed up is in the beginning, you feel safe. Like it's so funny how things shift. In the beginning, you feel safe with this person, right? And then stuff starts to come up and you no longer feel safe with them. You start to get very, very triggered by them, and then you only remember that trigger state. What's important here is when you first feel safe with them, anytime you're feeling safe, that is when you feel safe enough for things to surface, because your vessel can now handle it, can now process it. That's why it's being brought up. So many people start to think, and they start to think, oh, this person's toxic, this and this. You should just come here. And I really even shouldn't have to say that, because honestly, like most people, like an actual like twin flame collective that's being prepared for reunion, like that this is not something that is like fairy tale. You get to that, and that is my point. But the journey there is rough. Most sane people, sorry, wouldn't really wish for that. But my point is, when you feel safe enough, that's when triggers can actually come up, because you're also dealing with someone who is actually like supposed to be safe for you to navigate things through. But you're triggering them, they're triggering you, right? A true twin flame collective, you're mirrors, always. You're triggering them, they're triggering you, and you're so caught up in those triggers that you're not able to work together. That's why most people end up like separating, and that's why there's such long separations, because you spend so much time mad at this person, blaming this person, and demonizing this person, viewing them as just like these awful things, kind of forgetting all the happy memories and everything, instead of sort of realizing that they were meant to bring up these triggers for you to alchemize them, for you to transmute them, move through them. You know what I mean? And that's it's not just cut and dry. It's a long journey. So there's that stage, and then there's when you come back together, or when you attempt to, when both of you realize your own triggers, their own triggers, you've worked on yourselves individually, you've truly done the work to transform on your own, right? Because you get to a point where you're so triggered, you're so like everything's come up so much that you do end up having to like deal with things on your own 9 times out of 10, and it's better. But then there is a healing that has to come when you're together, because that is the thing, and that's what you missed in the beginning. But that was always the point. It's never that this person's never going to trigger you. It's literally not that. These are triggers. These are wounds that you've dealt with. These are core wounds. Your core wounds do not go away. You get better at dealing with them, at processing and moving through them. They don't just go away. So some magic person isn't going to come in and it's like, oh, they're never going to trigger me. I'm never going to be reminded of these things. No, they're just a person that you feel safe enough with to actually move through it, to navigate with, to heal with. And that's kind of where like everyone tends to get stuck. That was a long tangent there. Shut up. Did you just see that? Did you see? Hold on. I picked it up. And there was one, I'm trying to recreate it. There was one down at the bottom here. Would you believe what the fuck it was? Sorry, I'm trying to stop cursing in readings. I like you. Romance is blooming. Golden mirror. I think it's so funny that these aren't flying out. Self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship. So with this runner, where you once thought like This is, you know, this could still be them like figuring things out, but this is kind of what's orbiting your energy, right? With this person who, like, I just saw 3333, and earlier I saw 3030, and it was saying 929. Hello, my brain's still dialing. Hold on. I think it's gonna come to. I think you are gonna be shocked that this person actually like has always like liked you equally this entire time. Hold on. Yeah, I think you're gonna find when this actually does come in that it was never one-sided. That was like a cover. When I just hear like cover story, right? Come up left side. I dare you. Yeah, mirror. Because I also remember with under mirror you had cassette and sunglasses, so outdated thinking, conditioning. So it's like a thing for you. It's an outdated thinking of thinking that, of holding on to that within this relationship, but also among other relationships as well. Mirror. Karmic relationship and kisses. Then I just say outdated thinking from other relationships, from karmic relationships. That's something that you're needing to clear. Stop replaying events that happened from karmic relationships. And but honestly, both of you are doing that because again, that's under mirror. Mirroring each other, self-image relationships reflect on our wounds, introspection, but also kisses. Unconditional loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. You're both mirroring that, wanting that with each other. Let's get one last one overall. That's 2, but that's okay. This is so funny. This falls right on top of golden mirror, and then I say mask with that. You have mask and axe. Breakup, separation, silent treatment, abandonment, which runner. We figured that. Mask, not showing true feelings. Gaslighting. I'm not gonna lie, but lightning at the bottom here. Also abundance. And look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I do think that this was likely like a pretty toxic dynamic. I mean, but that happens. And when you're healing through things, it does just happen. And another thing to remember is that when this does come in, if you decide that you want to give this a chance, like, you have to let the past go. You can't hold the past over someone. It can't be hanging over your head, their head, the relationship, like a guillotine, ready to just come down whenever you want to throw it in their face. You're meant to work through the things together. I'm gonna start lightning at the bottom of the deck here. This speaks to something coming in fast, but also shocking upheaval, giving very much like tower sort of energy. But also transformation, news, surprise. Let's kind of get what they're reflecting on at this time. I just want to get a couple for their energy and then like what they're kind of reflecting on. Current energy of connected. This connected energy, this spine. Did I point out 1111 earlier? 444 is also significant. You have the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups, and they have the 4 of Wands. King of Swords. Just a couple more for their current energy. You can't make this shit up. 2 of Cups. 4 of Wands, 2 of Cups. Must be love on the brain for real. Wheel of Fortune reverse. Karmic lessons. Challenges. They're going through that right now. They're definitely going through that. But hey man, new perspective. Shifts. 2 more. Strength that wants to come out. That's really good. That also speaks to transformation. So external forces being confronted with these karmic lessons, forcing them to release what no longer serves them, to really move on, to admit that they are emotionally unfulfilled. And I started this with mentioning unfortunate. Now you have someone who don't treat you right. You already know who used to treat you right. They're emotionally unfulfilled, and they're seeing that. They're remembering who it is that they had this happy, healthy union with, right? Who they felt like was someone who saw them and loved them, right? Loving each other equally, liking each other equally. One more. Now you had King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and then the King of Pentacles actually coming out. That's energy that they're working to transform into, that they're like, that's in their energy. That's what the wheel, because wheel is in the beginning, that is in the middle, I mean, that is what the wheel is doing wonders on them right now. Karmic lessons, really whipping them into shape. Really forcing them to deal with this blocked intuition, all the things that they were suppressing and all of that. Four of Wands. We're gonna confirm these really quickly. Knight of Pentacles reversed. So from going from being irresponsible, why not just hear family man? From very unstable, like the Four of Wands is a card of stability. So from being in a very unstable energy, and you already can make, like, you can already see it. Like, this isn't even BS. Confirming the Four of Wands is the Knight of Pentacles reverse, but we have the Four of Wands starting with the King. Talking too fast. The King of Pentacles ending. So you can see the transformation that's taking place here with them. Two of Cups. Two of Pentacles reversed. From dropping the ball, from having their cookie or their hand and different cookies. Ooh, yeah, Three of Wands reversed here. In one or more cookies, you know what I mean? To choosing a loving exchange, companionship, like emotional equals, mutual feelings. Wheel reverse. High Priestess. All to be revealed in divine timing. But meant to illuminate them, unblock their subconscious mind. And didn't I say we saw the moon at the bottom there. Blocked consciousness is literally what I said. My goodness. Eight of Cups. The Devil reversed. Releasing what doesn't serve you. Physical, emotional abuse could have been significant. But negative karmic connections, I think, is more so the thing. We saw that again within the purple cards. But I mean, I hate to say it, but it could have been physical or emotional abuse. I hate to say that, but sexuality is figuring things out. So, maybe that was around the things that they had to figure out. I know that seems like large sleep, but like, again, listen to the whole thing. King of Pentacles. Karma is all over this. Karma is literally all over this. Justice reversed. Really whipping them into shape. Like I said, one more. And look at it actually coming out. Strength. Personal power. Infinite potential. This is good. This is good. This is really good. I will say that for you, it's very important that you continue to focus on Pentacles was here. Okay, so I was gonna say focus more on like your material space, because you didn't get Queen of Pentacles. They got the King of Pentacles, but you didn't get Queen of Pentacles. Or King is at the bottom of the deck there, but it didn't fall out. But actually, I think that it's a bit more important for you to focus on like security and stability within self, and not like externally, like material means of security and stability. I think that's actually very, very important for you. Meanwhile, for them, they did come out as the King of Pentacles, and I think more so for them, it's like that emotional space. Like, yeah, you guys are showing up as emotional equals and whatnot, but they're still coming out of their block consciousness. So that's definitely something that they need to focus on. Just really quickly, I want to also Hierophant reversed here at the bottom. The way I just spread this deck, I don't know why I'm out of breath all of a sudden, but it's okay for things to not look like how society says things should be. Love is love. Okay, I want to get one archetype for you, one archetype for them, and then one archetype for the relationship. How Spirit sees all of you at this time through this transformation, and like kind of what's coming forward, like what's coming next. Okay, how do you see the collective through this transformation? The nectar, sweets pie. Okay, and how you see this connected energy through their transformation. Okay, the forest as magic, wander, childlike spirit essence with the offering, and how you see this connection moving forward. We're gonna need one more for that. One more, please. Okay, but also the ocean at the bottom here, stripping away the little you to reveal the big you. Okay, one more, please. Clarify the mask. That was Kairos. Everything in divine timing. The Bardo, one little space. How you see this connection moving forward? The riddle. The storm at the bottom. Meaningful annihilation. It's not bad. This is a mystery. It just depends. It depends. In Hindu mythology, there is a miraculous substance known as amrit or nectar that contains infinite healing power. This golden nectar or sacred elixir is the drink of immortality, and like its sister substance, Sama, is known to activate subtle intelligent forces that ease the mind, body, and spirit. Though esoteric, these images lead us to the central energy of this archetype, this sweet, potent, heavenly essence that lubricates our spirit back to life. Your spiritual lubricant. I'm sorry. The nectar card calls us to identify and relish in places, practices, people, and activities that regenerate and heal. This is also something that you need to be kind of like focused on. Remember, you're finding security and stability within self. This is what's going to help as well. Focusing on your own nectar, your own garden, building a garden within like your mind, your heart, like your own sanctuary, you know what I mean? Yeah. Medicine is needed, and it comes in subtle forms that you may be overlooking. Seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden you've forgotten. Don't underestimate this remedy. It is said when someone has activated this substance within, it is reflected in their shimmering eyes. When in light, glowing, relaxed, subtle illumination. When in dark, fixation, fixing, aggression, aggressive approach to healing. Like focusing so much on money. Conqueror, the forest, them, The woods, the thicket, the jungle. Consider for a moment your earliest memory of the forest. It is likely it included all the mythic dynamics of this archetypal space. A little fear, a little enchantment, perhaps losing your way, perhaps discovering a secret mystical treasure. Such is the magic of the forest. It requires you first enter it, and then you get lost within it. Get lost getting found. You may think there is a path to lead you straight through, but soon you'll be on what is known as the pathless path. There are tricksters here, dense foliage and entanglement, but equally present are the glimmers of fairy light and friends among the trees. You are on an adventure now, and there is no turning back. So embrace the dim light and the moving shadows, whether literal or imaginal. Brave the forest and get lost getting found. When in light, magic abounds, childlike wonder, adventure. When dark, concealment, density, savagery. If you get out of the forest without feeling lost, you are only there. You're only in a little grove of trees. The great archetypal forest requires we spend at least one night frightened for our life. So this is the energy that you guys are meant to focus on. This is what's really helping to transform you. They need to find their magic. Getting lost, getting found. It's like you had to lose yourself to find yourself. It's poetic. Okay, this is the two of you. This is moving forward. The mask, the persona, the performance, the reveal. Reveals what has been suppressed. Like this is, I'm just gonna skip to the end. When light reveals what has been suppressed. When dark further conceals what is rejected. So this is, this is that back and forth that I was talking about. All of it, the mask. And we're just gonna leave it there with the exception of contemplate the possibility that the mask permits our true identity to be revealed. It allows, the mask gives voice to that which was previously rejected, your inner child, your soul wounds. When this card appears, enact the side of you that is seeking expression yet was never given a role to play on the stage in your life. That's this connection moving forward. You're both dropping the mask, but also like the mask can be used to put on the persona that you always wanted. You know what I mean? Like like it just said, step into the role that you were always meant to like lead, perform, be, what have you. Excuse me. The riddle. I am gonna read the full one of this. The puzzle, the question, the mystery. This is still YouTube. When the riddle is present, one must stop searching for the right answer. It cannot be found, and ultimately is not important. So end goal is not important. Rather, there must be a shift from the literal to the metaphorical, from logic to mythic. You are thinking too small and literally about a situation, washing away little you to reveal big you in both of you. The riddle card appears when the energy is deep and mysterious, like the elusive wisdom of a Zen koan. Focusing harder won't do it. Neither will increased effort. Time, surrender, and humor are your only allies. And remember, Kairos wanted to come out. That is the epitome of divine timing, not chronos, not chronological timing, divine timing. The right time, which is in accordance to divine. What feels like the most pressing dilemma won't reveal its deeper wisdom for a long time. Eventually, you'll learn a profound lesson from the riddle. For now, get comfortable with the limitations of your intellect and the reality of not knowing. It may, in fact, be the only reality there is. Great awakening or aha moment, when light, when dark, manipulation, deceit, trickery. You don't need to know. Like, that's the future of this. You don't need to know. And it's not that like this is up in the air. I mean, it kind of is, but like, it kind of isn't. You're JK. You were just told what this is, but it's more so like learning to go with the flow. Literally. Sorry. Not everything needs to have a purpose, and the purpose being that. Do you know what I mean? I know that's so like, but those who get it will get it. But anyway, I hope this message resonated with you. I hope you all have a wonderful night and a wonderful week. It's a big one. It's a doozy, but we got this, and it's time for me to go to bed. I still have a few more like slots open. Hello, I can't even speak. I need to go to bed. I still have a few more slots open for this month. So if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, email in bio. I love you so much. Have a wonderful night.